Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Operencia, the Stolen Sun. When last we left off, we begun our adventure and made two companions. A thief and a soldier. Before proceeding to get lost in the woods. Admittedly, a guide was sought in between sessions, and I do feel quite silly because I never noticed the statue existed or was. I noticed the statue before, this would not have been a problem. However, we did not. Welcome, darling. Congratulations on being first. How are you doing tonight? Flop away.
Wow. I don't believe it.
Just don't lose your balance as we cross. This sounds delicious.
Looks heavy.
It is. Let's get it to a campfire. We've got some concocting to do.
Ah, so we have a cauldron menu at the fire. Very fair.
Time to put this cauldron to work.
That's it.
Are you sure it's safe?
Of course it's not safe. In other words, it's just what we need.
Do you remember the way to the rocks?
It's marked on the map in case we get lost.
Time of War's very, very good at getting lost.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Remind me to cover my ears next time.
Let's hope there is no next time.
The water flows quite nicely now.
We have a tree to talk to.
Enjoy enjoying your new water supply?
Yes. But again,
Wait. Let me guess. It is not that simple.
correct.
What now?
Something holds my roots in place underground. I cannot move them. I require your assistance.
Where do we go?
Go east. You will see for yourself.
East it is.
Right.
When they reached the shore, a remarkable, yet all too familiar sight swished and swirled before them.
A hole in the lake?
Is your friend here, Yoshka?
Back for more, I see.
Yet another familiar sight presented itself, this time recognizable to only one in the party.
This is the man who stole the amulet and knocked you out just before we met.
Light on details, but not inaccurate. The name is Sebastian. Perhaps you care to enlighten them further, Yoshka.
Of course. But you look like you have more pressing matters to discuss.
No less pressing than during our first encounter. But my personal quest could use the assistance of your companions if they're willing to hear my story.
This is all very strange. I'm curious.
You were the symbol of the 7 tribes. Your story greatly interests me.
Fair warning. It starts with a Taltosh.
It does. A very wise Taltosh named Gunsel, who once served Attila himself. I met the Taltosh years ago during his legendary travels across Operencia. During my time with him, Gunsel had a vision of destiny. My destiny. He told me my purpose, to secure the sword of Attila and deliver it to the one who brings light into the darkness. In great battle, this chosen one will lead us. With the Sun King's disappearance, I fear this battle is nigh.
The Sun King?
Nopkirai is his real name, said to be the personification of the sun itself.
In fairy tales of the old faith.
True, by day he mounts his mighty silver-haired steed to leap across Operencia, offering light from dawn till dusk. At night he rests, sometimes taking human form to visit this middle world himself. The Sun King is very real, and because you brought it up, young knight, tales of fairies are very real too.
So you're saying this prophecy has led you here, many years later?
Which just so happens to be the same place we're headed to free a talking tree. Convenient.
Very convenient.
Sounds like the will of the gods to me. I have reason to believe this is the tomb of Attila. And within it I hope to find his sword. Will you join me then?
No, you will join us.
Ha ha ha! Very well then. Do lead on.
Supplies that worked. Alright, let's head on in. The Royal Tomb.
companions entered the tomb with an optimistic sense of wonder. It did not last. With no warning, an unseen foe slammed the door shut behind them. And then, silence. Pure darkness.
We're going to die in here.
But then,
Well, at least we won't die in the dark.
A spirit haunts us. A female spirit, not Attila.
Look, straight ahead.
Could it be? You are correct, Yoshka. This is not Attila's tomb. This is where he buried his own sun, moon, and stars.
Queen Reka.
I have no doubt.
And she's already introduced herself to us.
That's not all that concerns me.
The place never meant to be visited. They sure put some time into these elaborate door dial systems.
Good thing we still have that vial.
I see. It's all right. All right. Just want me to hit that button.
How rude of me. I never caught your name.
that one's not getting back up.
Sun, moon, and stars.
Look, over there.
Even the stationary mushrooms want us dead. Oh, this mask we've acquired is hideous. Yes.
Indeed, but do know that the Bushos served Attila and this land faithfully as fine warriors for many years.
Lightly outfitted. The core tidbit was there is a statue next to the empty bridge leading to the hut. You place the crown on the statue, even though nothing really draws attention to the statue in the first place. Path opens, and then everything else falls into place, domino style.
Some still do.
The ones that weren't driven mad, now they're just crazy warriors in crazy masks.
I'll wear the mask, if no one else wants to.
It would be an improvement. Your loot better be worth this.
Let's start with targeting you in the back. And everyone else. I'm definitely hoping that user important landmarks will be more visible. You're still standing.
Anything worth stealing?
We went over there.
Have fun trying to open that without the right key.
Always a missing key somewhere, eh? Alright, we're going to use a different combination to open this door over here. Indeed. Sunstar mode.
The door is opening.
Please do it safe. As is assumed, at least.
Right on target.
Alright, two of those down. Let's defend here so we can also heal up our party in a moment. Like so.
Bad day for you, huh?
Unfortunate for Yoska. It's fine, he'll be back in a moment. Alright, gathered a tomb key. It's in there. Alright. That's sorted. Theoretically sorted, at least.
You said your name is Sebastian, right? As in Sebastian the Dragon Slayer?
Heard the tale, have you? Alas, young Bezzy, I have never slain a dragon, but that story is very much about me.
Father told me that story. Sebastian killed several dragons. Didn't one of them have 10 heads?
12, but I don't mean to brag.
You just said you didn't kill any dragons, old man. How could you possibly justify any bragging?
Simple, really. Believe it or not, I too was once a very young man.
I don't.
Almos, the great chieftain of the 7 tribes, took a liking to me and invented a story adored by all with me as the central character. This was all shortly after Ottila's legendary triumph over Thade, which captured the imagination of every aspiring child who saw himself a warrior one day.
So a story invented for you gained popularity and made its way through Operencia. Interesting.
Yes, it is interesting, but also a little disappointing. I was hoping there really was a Sebastian the Dragon Slayer.
With any luck, young Meze, you will help me find the sword that slayed the greatest dragon of them all.
There's even poison. Alright, I'm putting of the puzzle work here enough then. Also definitely important to make use of those moments. I can distribute everything. Hmm. Hmm. Alright, I'm not leveling it. It's perfectly fine. These ones do not explode when you step on them, at least.
Another light spring. I wonder what this will reveal.
You'll need a cauldron for that recipe.
We know.
You don't have a knife for this, yeah. Is I suppose the light is most of the secret then. Perfectly understandable. Right, what to do start with? Alright, let's keep this going. What's actually might be useful for what's over here to an extent, potentially. Also, a new...
If Attila went through all this trouble to safely bury Reika, well, he truly must have thought the world of her.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The truth is, we really don't know. There just isn't that much out there about their actual relationship.
As opposed to the volumes written on his copious copulations with many women.
To be fair, Attila did appear to be faithful to Reika for as long as their marriage lasted, until she died young.
And how did that happen?
She grew ill. It is said she asked to spend her final days in the Great Forest, a place she quite loved. Attila was aware of this and arranged for this tomb to be hers.
I do suppose it says something of his feelings for her, that he went to such lengths to protect her remains.
Was this tomb someone else's before?
Explains the other coffins, I suppose. Or maybe he was just prepared for our coming. Once I'm ruthlessly slaughtered by fungi, please place me in the first extra coffin we saw. It had the most room.
Right, crop is... fungus and petal. Is this... oh, immediately after that. That explains it. Misread it slightly. There we are. Wonderful. Just the other side of that.
Watch your backs!
Alright, so now I can also build up a sun combo. Alright, we can only hit a frontline enemy. And we'll work around that. That was not an immediate release, I see.
They'll have to try harder than that.
Only mushrooms to remove.
You are halfway to freeing me.
Was that Ulfa? Speaking through his roots?
Yes, everyone knows trees only speak through their mouths.
Alright, so we have a new helmet, requires strength. In case we don't need to hit something at melee range for whatever reason. Bolts of Rega. Ah, a set bonus. And they require agility. When I get more parts of the set, what was that shuffling things over? What was our inventory? It's a door in the western. Oh, right, I'm silly, aren't I? Heavy leather gloves.
It's an honor to fight me.
Most sensitive.
That one's not getting back up.
Let's make sure that you live for a moment. I'm not denying them. Definitely partial to my party remaining alive. So we have a Scotland. Let's put that on you. Well, if I'm not currently in a position, close to leveling up, I believe. Definitely time to utilize some of that firewood for a rest. Let's fight you head on.
Target practice. simply throw this sun into the sky to save Operencia.
It will feel at home in the device near Queen Raker's coffin.
Alright. Device discovered. We still have plenty to work. Still exploring this. Northern Passage for
Two
now.
doors, one dial. How did we get into both?
Meze, allow me to push you through that small hole. It will hurt, but I feel it will lead to riches.
I'd rather we pursue another option and come back later.
Yushka, allow me to push you through there.
Meze is right. There will be another option. Even with no sky above us in a haunted tomb, the moon continues to taunt us.
Oh, they're still so very rough. Well, rest in peace, Oscar.
It was an honor.
Oh, very surprised that Meze managed to stabilize that. Let's head on back to our comfortable fireplace. Lord knows we need as much sanctuary as we can after insanity nearly wiped our team.
If we place the proper gears, we can get to the Queen.
You're suggesting we'd actually want to get to the Queen?
She may have been buried with the sword.
Or a key to get out of this place.
True. Royal grave robbery it is, then.
No news for that. Welcome, Raiders. How is everyone doing tonight? How's your streaming go, Bartis, and what were you streaming today? I see. How long of stream was it? Out of curiosity.
It fits.
But is it properly placed? 2 more. Three doors, a sun presiding over a star and the moon. 3 doors, a sun presiding over a star and the moon.
This is only place the more one. We need to get the star.
Have fun trying to open that without the right key.
I see. In which game, out of curiosity? There was a recipe. Ah, illusory wall. That's what I overlooked.
I'd say keep your guard up, but I just want you dead.
Ah, very nice. So what was the hard title that you managed to get today? I see. What did it take to get the insane title? Oh, that does sound quite grindy.
It is done.
The rare skull in this tomb, not on fire and out to kill us.
Lord have mercy. Quite the adventure. How long else did all that take you total if you were keeping track?
It does fit nicely there, doesn't it?
If nothing else, it makes for a tidier tomb.
Indeed. Very, very justified in its title.
So soon?
Very well done, though.
Ow! What vile sorcery powers these doors? Lightning itself?
A malfunction? Or a trap?
Ow! What vile sorcery powers these doors? Lightning itself?
A malfunction? Or a trap?
Let's see if we can figure out what is causing that trap. Is there a light? There's a light source nearby. Alright. Oh, but at least that is quite the title to display.
You'd never know this star ornament was a gear just to look at it. What a beautiful piece.
I would certainly say you'd be the enviable that landed that title, but I think Evanvold is definitely quite unenviable in the end. All right. Let's heal up before tackling the contents of the tomb. Drops first, then root, healing, as well as sedative.
This looks promising.
There's our entrance. Well done.
Oh no. The crackling of bones I hear can mean only one thing. The wrath of 4 great chieftains I once called family.
Well, if you want to keep this reunion a private affair, old man, you know we'd understand.
Und! Tosh! Tötem! Huma! If any of you can hear me, know we search this tomb for only the most noble of reasons.
That's a really big if there, old man. There's as much soul left in those bones as any other ruthless skeletons terrorizing Operencia these days.
You're right. I don't like it, but I know you're right.
They may just be more skeletons, but they're more formidable than any we've faced before.
That just means their bones crack harder.
And there's the unenviable taunt. We can get them on fire. Oh, I can still skip mini-boss at least. Very fair. Alright, hopefully that taunt will keep us living a little bit longer. This looks as if it consumes a turn. Understandable, but dicey.
There is no time to waste. Great chieftains, I am truly sorry, but this had to be done.
Need a bit more intelligence first. That's perfectly fine. Oh, it's not a protector.
They entered the crypt, and then fright, in its purest form. It gripped their hearts. It held them in place. And moments later, a voice of legend spoke.
My power petrifies you. You cannot move. How boring. I release you.
Queen Raker, we thank you for your mercy.
Mercy.
This can't be good.
Holding you in place will not kill you. And long have I waited for another chance to fire this bow.
My queen, we mean you no harm.
I do not feel the same.
This is unbelievable.
I know I'm sheltered, but how does one kill a ghost?
If she can kill us, we must be able to kill her, right?
We cannot kill her.
So we join her in the afterlife then. Perfect.
No, a corporeal apparition can be defeated, same as you or me. They simply expire once exhausted.
Expire? How do you know this?
Experience?
Well, I'm convinced.
Well, I can't think of a more convenient place to die than in a tomb.
I have seen you fight. We will not perish.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Well fought.
Alright, important heal. Alright, what damage is half? Don't think we need to use the resource at the moment. Ooh.
Did we just expire her?
Allow me to thank you. Being at peace is so peaceful, dull. This awakening was a welcome reprieve. I sense a quest of urgency and importance. Yet I also sense disappointment.
It honors us that we were able to amuse you, milady. But alas, we had hoped to find the sword of Attila. The fate of Operencia is at stake. Might you know where to find it?
No. Only he who crafted the blade would sense its power.
Hadur? But he lives in the upper world, the land of the gods. How will we get there?
If your quest is as noble as you claim, then fate will lead you.
First, fate needs to lead us out of this place. All this exposure to malevolent mushrooms is causing hallucinations. We honestly think we're talking to a royal wraith who told us to visit a god.
Take this arrow, use it to escape this tomb, and leave me in peace. My power fades. You will not see me again. Good luck, heroes.
It's not every day a ghost calls me a hero. Anyone, for that matter.
I see as if you're at Yoshka.
Why, thank you, Mazay.
Enough flattery. We must find a way to Hadur.
Oh, it's not. Oh right, we have almost the full set bonus here. Very exciting. Congrats with the pine staff. And you are a superior shortbow.
I've not seen a keyhole shaped like an arrow before.
Queen Raker's marksmanship surpasses even my own. It makes...
As the companions departed the tomb of Reka, a stranger crossed their path. He wore the rags of a common peasant and the exhaustion of a man running for his life.
If you gentlemen seek to rob me, I assure you I have nothing but my life to give.
But on the contrary, what happened to you?
A three-headed dragon has invaded the middle world once more.
Like Thade, slain by Attila, decades ago.
Whatever its name, it tore my village apart. My wife, my children, gone. I may be the only one who survived.
That's terrible.
You're welcome to join us.
If you don't mind traversing a path of relentless near-certain death.
Well, you certainly seem armed well enough to handle any threats. What brings you here?
We aim to bring back the sun. Somehow.
Sounds impossible, but noble. Far too dangerous for a simple man like me. I am headed to the Deva fortress, not far from here. I'll be safe there, and perhaps its army can help with the dragon.
We understand. Good luck on your travels, stranger.
Sharkos.
What?
The name is Sharkos.
May our paths cross again, Sharkos.
They will. Yes, I believe they will. Farewell.
A most curious encounter, that.
He won't make it to Deva on his own. No way.
We must hope for the best for him, and focus on the quest of our own.
Your assistance in the tomb was greatly appreciated. My bow is yours, at least until I figure out how to reach the land of the gods.
Perhaps Sebastian could use the merchant's guidance as well.
The merchant, you say? Of course. It's been years.
You know him?
Yes, I know the merchant. And I already know you are in for a great surprise.
They arrived at the merchant's hut, where Sebastian introduced his companions to an elderly woman named Elia.
Elia? This is the Merchant of the Woods.
You were expecting a man, weren't you?
Yes, and someone less wrinkled, with a shop full of weapons.
Forgiving Yoshka's indelible charm, he does have a point. Were you robbed?
Allow me to show you something.
The old woman reached into a brown leather bag beside her. She revealed a fine blade.
My gift to you. The rest will require a fee.
Thank you kindly. But your bag is clearly empty. What more have you to sell?
Empty? Is it now?
She reached into the bag and retrieved a bow. Once more, a spear. A third time, a shield. The group stood in silence as she returned all three items to her bag. Her empty bag.
I don't believe it.
This bag reveals items as readily as said items are ready to be revealed. It is that simple.
Years later, your literal bag of tricks still amazes me.
I will provide weapons and armor. I ask only for fair payment.
Well, you speak as though you plan to join us.
You fear I will slow you down?
Let's just say you don't. The question remains, where the hell are we going? We're off to find the sun and send the old man to the god who crafted a legendary sword. A god I'm not so sure I believe in the first place.
Oh, Hadur is very real. The Firesmith King of the Copper Forest.
Do you know how to reach him?
No, but I do know who can. We must go.
As they left the great forest, the old woman revealed their destination, a fortress known as Balványos. There, they would find a Taltos to lead them to the land of the gods. After many miles of complaints from Yoshka, they reached a bridge. A very broken bridge.
This should not be like this.
No, it should not.
A woman drew near. She spoke in a somber tone. A tone of great loss.
A curse has claimed this path.
More curses? And who are you?
I'm Kella of the Stonemasons Guild. Well, formerly.
Your reputation precedes you. Even I know of the stonemasons.
We built Deva Fortress, but not without sacrifice. Great sacrifice.
Yes. A dark enchantment created this castle.
And a dark enchantment has ripped it apart.
Going around Deva will cost us days.
Then we still pass through it.
No, you don't. Not without a fight. A very supernatural one at that.
We're really not done fighting ghosts, are we?
Ha! If it means fulfilling our quests, I should hope not.
Very well then. I will join you, for there is much more to tell.
Bloody hard to be. What the dramatic intro? Ah? Fire zombies?
And then they followed an old woman and a mason into a haunted castle. No one is ever gonna believe this.
The swirling whirlwind atop this castle. What was that, Keller?
Our destination. My hammer, Stoneheart, is locked in place there. Without it, I'm not only useless to you, I'm also unable to lift the castle's curse.
We need only pass through.
Yet, you will not pass without the curse being lifted. And lift it we shall.
Are you ever going to tell us what actually happened here?
Yes, at least what I know. But let's get moving first.
Do you think we'll see the villager we spoke to? He said he was headed to Deva.
Then he was headed toward his doom.
No great loss. There was something off about him.
While you could use some lessons in empathy, I also tend to agree with your assessment of his persona. Something off, indeed.
Indeed, it's on the other side of that.
It won't move. It's too heavy.
By leather gloves, you say?
I sense the presence of the living. Assist me.
Who?
I await your rescue.
Rather presumptuous, isn't he?
And yet, I'm very curious.
I'm so used to fighting skeletons now. Their rotting flesh makes these fellows so much more personable.
It was an honor.
Magic sphere.
I must know more about your lovely intangible armory there, Elia.
My bag. You just want to know if it's really worth stealing.
We met such a short time ago, old woman. Yet you know me so well.
I can't believe I've never asked myself. Where does that bag come from, Elia?
The story of how I attained it is for another day. But would you believe it was found at the battlefield after Thade's underworld invasion?
That actually sounds plausible. If so, it's very likely a tool of the underworld.
Yes, for all we know, Erdog's own personal blacksmith hands things to me through the ether. Having no idea he arms midworlders preparing themselves for war against his own kind.
How devilish of us.
Well, Erdog literally is the devil. So, what goes around comes around, I suppose. Look, I don't know how it works, but as long as it gets its gold in return, it seems to be happy. Speaking of which, you look like you want to spend some right now. Wow. The new supplies offered by my magic bag truly are impressive. Welcome to the humble shop of the Merchant of the Woods.
Humble seems an understatement. It's just you and your sack, isn't it?
I need nothing else, and nor do you. Simply view my list and tell me what you like. Assuming you have the gold, of course.
Where does the list come from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, we would.
So demanding, Yoshka. And you wonder why no one likes you?
I assure you, there are many other reasons.
Well, I try not to dislike someone based on their looks.
Hey!
The list comes from the same place the items do. The same place where the items you sell me return to, I imagine.
We can sell you items as well.
So long as you don't have them equipped, yes. You can even buy them back if you like, for a slight markup.
Ah, indeed. That's the Elia I've always known.
I'll find a way to surprise you someday, old friend. I promise.
Pleasantly, I hope.
Yes, me too.
Hold off on a purchasing for the time being.
Alas, my freedom awaits.
You sure this is a good idea? Letting whoever is in there out. It's sealed up pretty tight.
Worry not. You will be greatly rewarded.
We'll have you out in no time.
Well, if you try anything funny, I am well rested and well armed. Now behave
The
yourself.
companions opened the door and looked upon the four-legged beast inside with wonder.
You stare as though you have never gazed upon a griffin.
A what?
In most cases, I would have killed you on sight and fed you to my children. But a griffin is not without his sense of gratitude. I did promise you a reward. This feather.
A feather? Is it too late to lock him up again?
This priceless feather is imbued with the power to lift any object it touches with ease. You're welcome.
I suppose we should also thank you for not eating us.
Do not tempt me. You have no idea how hungry I am. Each of you very likely faces a grisly death within these walls. If desperate, perhaps I may return to feast upon your carcasses. But may my gift help delay such an outcome for as long as is possible. Farewell.
That creature sure has a knack for memorable farewells. I'll give him that.
I think we know just where to test our new gift.
Remarkable! I'll need one of these for myself once we've saved Operencia.
Alright, let's engage in a bit more violence.
I know. It's an honor to fight me.
May your soul find rest in the afterlife.
Oh, is this door?
This is the door to the barracks. We must find a way in.
Other way then. Not too surprisingly.
I take no pleasure in this.
Oh. Very well then. You'll fall anyway. Mercenary outfit.
My lady, we have reached your hammer.
Thank you, Meze, Knight of King Vakar.
You know of my kingdom.
Of course she does. She helped build its castle. I was there.
Anna!
In the flesh, so to speak.
Help me release you. Free my hammer.
You will have that chance, if you earn it.
How many of them are under your control, Anna?
Of those who betrayed me, only Baldijar escaped my wrath. And yourself. Though that will soon change. I have opened a door. Enjoy your reunions.
I have so many questions.
Ask me as we camp. For now, be ready for anything.
Wouldn't say anything. Seems like a rather straightforward set of things to be prepared for.
My favorite book.
Do you even read?
It's my favorite book because it always reveals a secret room. Every castle it's in, every time. They must sell them in bulk. Well, damn it.
Well, it's going to be a bit dicey, but will very dicey indeed.
Well fought.
Let's draw your attention. Not well enough, I see. I'm getting a little bit less hard, thank you.
It is done.
That was Captain Ferdinand, defender of this castle. It speaks so well to your skill that we did not perish.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have plenty of other chances for that.
I think also a bit of like that. So I didn't have to dig if there was anything I couldn't dig up yet. It's not over this part. Indeed, nothing.
In all my travels, never have I seen such a monstrosity.
Anna is one with this fortress. She controls every stone.
On the bright side, he doesn't look very smart.
Then again, Yoshka, it is smart enough to wish you dead. Maybe I could learn something from it.
Ha ha ha.
Right, unless it was here. these at least were not immediately got into a very, very rough situation. Only a fairly rough situation. It's a very, very good time indeed. To heal appropriately. Very important to have that counted.
What a waste of life.
That was Captain Ferdinand, defender of this castle. It speaks well to your skill that we did not perish.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have plenty of other chances for that.
Let's perhaps submit some of our talents. Access to for the king would be most appreciable. Want to survive this? That's going to be a rather important step in all of it.
In all my travels, never have I seen such a monstrosity.
Anna is one with this fortress. She controls every stone.
On the bright side, he doesn't look very smart.
Then again, Yoshka, it is smart enough to wish you dead. Maybe I could learn something from it.
Ha ha ha.
Wide, the lengthy bars.
will always make it out alive.
Oh. So there's a file right next to it.
As the companions rested, Keller revealed the story behind Deva's decrepit state.
For centuries, all of Operencia revered the stonemasons for creating some of the greatest structures known to man. Any task bestowed upon us, we gladly handled with unmatched mastery and skill. We never failed, until one day, not so long ago, we did. There is a reason so few live between Deva and the Great Forest. A curse has lingered for so many years, time itself hides its origin. Yet King Vokar, the very man you serve, Mezei, insisted on expanding his kingdom here, with a castle so grand it would rival the greatness of his own. We believed we could do it. The curse, it believed otherwise. Day and night we worked, but whatever we constructed by day collapsed. Whatever we built at night fell to the ground by morning. My second-in-command, Boldijar, had studied the dark arts in his spare time. A hobby, he called it. And from that, an unfathomable solution emerged. With the right mixture to our mortar, he said, we could defy any curse. Its key ingredient, the warm blood and bones of the next person to set foot on this site.
And that person was Anna.
Not without much debate and many harsh words, I assure you. But yes, Anna.
A stunned silence consumed them, until Sebastian could no longer handle his pent-up rage.
You sacrificed a poor girl for pride?
And the price is being paid as we speak. The endless night empowers her tortured soul, though I do not know what set it free. Nothing more will I say of this now.
But you will say more. There's more to this story.
If we didn't need you to progress, Kayla, I'd shoot an arrow straight through your chest with no hesitation.
I would not stop you.
I would.
I know that's a lot to take in, everyone, but we must move on.
Agreed.
Have a look.
It cannot be. Benedek?
Did you know him, my lady?
Once. But now, I...
Well, look at that. He remembers you. I'm touched. Really.
Benedek, only in a mindless state do you show any degree of backbone. Your end is nigh, coward.
Do not let your feelings cloud your judgment.
I assure you, Sebastian, this connection only fuels my fire.
Let's fight, eh?
That's the most peculiar wine dispenser I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of wine dispensers.
The ropes circling each receptacle feel very deliberately placed.
And why is one rope a different color than the others?
we don't have the right key.
We can find some information as possible before we start tackling it.
Mate, Marton, you both disappoint me so.
I'd say keep your guard up, but I just want you dead.
Oh. Well, things got very awkward there. Well, explore saved. After dealing with you.
Marton.
Let's make sure we...
Loot's better be worth this.
What a mercy do they have?
Mate.
And at the moment you summon, I do not have the tools by which to really deal with you at the moment, do I?
Mate.
I know. It's an honor to fight me.
What a comfortable mix of attacks and modifiers. Don't get anything that would allow us to make progress elsewhere either.
That's the most peculiar wine dispenser I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of wine dispensers.
The ropes circling each receptacle feel very deliberately placed.
And why is one rope a different color than the others?
Let's add the red ring. Nothing happened.
Maybe if it's even with the red, not past it.
I don't see how that's possible. At least not without wasting perfectly good wine.
It is possible, but not without wasting perfectly good wine.
That was almost witty, Meze. I didn't know you had it in you.
And now it's all on the floor. I do hope that those barrels are completely full.
It truly pains me to see good wine spill out onto this evil floor.
Not evil. Vengeful is more accurate.
Sure, vengeful. You want to focus on the problem at hand?
Turns entirely.
Oh, looks like there's plenty of wine to be had. This lever filled it up to the third ring of rope.
Wait, I see what I'm talking about there. In part.
Did you see that? It moved to the other receptacle.
But it's not as high. Only 3 rings up.
What happens if it gets to the red? By the gods! A key!
Sweeter than wine in our current situation.
Debatable.
Garui, my brother, may you finally rest in peace.
Beware!
What? Give me some better luck with that.
Is that the red ring? Nothing happened.
Maybe if it's even with the red, I'm past it.
I don't see how that's possible. At least not without wasting perfectly good wine.
It is possible, but not without wasting perfectly good wine.
That was almost witty, Meze. I didn't know you had it in you.
By the gods! A key!
Sweeter than wine in our current situation.
Debatable.
Garui, my brother.
Let's get our debuffs going.
Yeah.
All right, with that sorted.
What will it be this time? Weapons? Armor?
Let's make sure that we have game save.
Mate.
I'd say keep your guard up, but I just want you dead.
Well, at least now we know that. Any degree of vagueness. Only to kill those two. And that is already going to be a problem. We still have to deal with the final stone golem.
Sometimes I wish I excelled at things other than taking life. You said those musings disappointed you, Kayla. How so?
Mostly Mate. At first, he opposed The idea of sacrificing a human being to erect this fortress.
He stood with you. I understand.
He changed his mind, partly due to my own misled urgings. I never said I was free from blame here.
At least you admit it.
Not a workable chest there.
Get your gold ready. New stock has arrived. You look like you're in a buying mood.
What do you currently have equipped there?
My bag reveals new weapons when they are needed most. Have a look.
We'll also be sure to save the game. We have a little bit more we can forward on. Also, I need to be utilizing my consumables more actively. Do refresh consistently.
Enchantment holds Stoneheart in place. We will use the tokens held by fallen stonemasons to position this floor appropriately.
Could it be a wrong key? Or could something else be the issue?
It's removed. And most of them. What was that I'm doing wrong here?
Once for the fish that spoke, it begged me not to eat it. I did not oblige its request.
Let's do these.
We had goats on our farm, but I do believe this one's my new favorite.
Alright.
These are the first birds I've seen since the curse set in here.
Father used to tell many stories of foxes. Fascinating creatures.
Let it never be said I failed to keep my promises. That would only be you, darling.
Anna, I thank you.
Kella approached the mighty stone heart trapped in the rock. Before she could touch it, the enchanted tool exploded from the rock that encased it, in a flash of blinding light. It fell to the ground. As Kella reclaimed her hammer, she felt no sense of solace, only solemn determination.
The hammer's magic will reinstate shattered pathways, such as the one beside us. From there, we'll collect any chains we see. Once we have enough, I'll imbue them with a spell that will allow us to trap her.
Out in the open. Well, she can directly hear you. If you say so.
I must admit, that is impressive.
All right. That'll be very useful.
worth stealing?
And what are you all about? With this pointer, we are at the end of our showcase for the night. Thank you all very much for joining me. We will return either tomorrow or Thursday. Uncertain how tomorrow is looking, but we'll certainly... We'll see how things shape up in the moment. But, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, thank you all very much for joining me. Do enjoy the rest of your evening, and as always, take care, and good night.